Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a thumbnail from the game Rust. Once you're on this screen, you're going to just find a build server, pretty much a creative server. I'm just going to use this one, join the server, and once it loads up, I'll show you the rest. Okay, so now that we're in a server, let's go ahead and make this stone. Let's just build a base just up in this general area, I guess. It doesn't have to be really anywhere specific because you probably won't see a background anyways. So I'm just gonna let's make a 2x2 really quick. Just in case you can see inside, let's put like a workbench down. And let's give myself a gun just for the photo. Do I have any skins on? No, I don't. Clothing. Let's go with craft. Nothing too crazy. So before we get right into it, all you have to do is go into F1 and type in demo.record. And that will start your recording in the bottom left there. Obviously, that won't pop up in your actual recording. So now anything you do will be recorded. So if you wanted to have like a thumbnail in your base, obviously fill it up with all your shit. But right now I'm just kind of like doing like a basic thumbnail. I just kind of want like me poking my head out of my base with a gun, looking around. I'm not really sure exactly what I want it to look like, so I'm just moving pretty slowly just to see if I can get a cool angle or something. Maybe I'll go a little bit farther in, because then it will create a different angle again. Let's go outside and aim in, like pretending it's not our base and we're sneaking up to it or something. We're not really sure on what thumbnail we're getting yet. Okay, so that's probably good enough. So if you click on the middle again, the middle of the mouse, you can now use your cursor and just click stop. So now that's recorded, you can actually just get right out of this server now. Like, this does not matter. So get out of here. All you have to do is disconnect. Once you're disconnected, you can actually click on this little icon over here. If you've never used this before, that's where all your recordings go. So go over to here. Oh, I didn't save it as anything. So it's just this one right here. It's not the thumbnail one, disregard that one. It is this guy. And click play. So it'll load you up into the world that you were just in, kind of, but it's only the recording. It's not the actual world. You can't do anything other than what you just recorded. Okay, so right off the bat, once you get into this, it's going to automatically start playing. So what you're going to have to do is, if you don't see your cursor at all, make sure you click the Alt key, and then you can just click stop, like click the play button, because it'll stop the recording. The main thing I'm trying to do right now is getting different angles. So what I'm going to be doing is going into the F1 key, typing in debug, and then camera, and now, and then click Alt again, and now I can actually just freely move around. So if I click the Alt key again, click play, and then now I can move around. My character will start running around in here like I was showing you earlier. So what I'm going to be trying to do is get a kind of a cool camera angle from this area. But obviously I don't want to keep playing, so I'm going to click Alt and pause it for now, just so I can kind of line up like a cool angle maybe. Because I want something that would look pretty awesome. See, that looks pretty sick. I like how this looks. Like, generally in this area, it looks pretty cool. What you can do as well is something in Photoshop later that I'll show you. So what I'm going to do is click tab again. So that is now a thumbnail right there. So Control Alt print screen. I'm going to open up Photoshop though in the background, just so I have somewhere to paste these images in. Just so I have a few different ones to choose from. And obviously, if you want your character to look badass, like really badass for the thumbnail, you can give him any skin you'd like and just really fucking make it look pretty sick. You know what? I want to kind of take one from here. So let's do the same thing. Let's close out that. Control Alt and print screen. Give me 2 seconds. Gonna pop it on over to my Photoshop again. One little quick tip is you don't have to have everything perfectly aligned. So if you hold Control and then move your mouse left and right, it kind of rotates it. So like if you're looking to get like a cool different angle or something, and we are now completely done in Rust. We're gonna head on over to Photoshop. You guys could probably use things like Canva and other, I guess, things like that. So keep in mind, it's probably relatively the same. So now that we're over in Photoshop, you can see the screen grabs that I kind of got. These are the 4. So now that we're already here, what I'm going to show you that I like to do is I like going over to the object selection tool. It's kind of new, and just going and hovering over my character. It relatively does a pretty good job of highlighting the entire character. I do Control J, and then that actually gives me just what I selected. So the cool thing is now, what I like to do is go on over to the new layer that I just did, click on stroke, and it kind of does like an outline for the character. You could obviously change it so you can make it like a black outline, whatever you're kind of looking for. I typically do white because I think it looks a little bit better. I give it a drop shadow too, because now it makes the character stand out a lot more now. So what you could also do now is if you wanted to add in some words and things like that, let's go ahead and add in YouTube thumbnails. And let's make this quite big as you can get it on both sides. Let's actually change this up a little bit. Let's get rid of that. Let's make this as big as possible. YouTube thumbnails. Now, how would you do this? So if I do this, so right now it just says thumbnails. Let's go there. Let's change the lettering, I guess. What color should I make the lettering? Should I make it white also? Or should it? Yeah, let's just make it white for now. Bring this back over here. Good. There. Also add a drop shadow to that. But then what I'm going to do is take that and put it below this. So now it's kind of in the background. So this thumbnail already looks pretty good. So what you could do as well, just add more detail, I guess. You could put YouTube and do the same thing. Maybe make the YouTube a little bit smaller than that. So it could be like YouTube thumbnails. And then again, give it a drop shadow. Click OK. See, I think this looks sick so far. So YouTube thumbnails. And then like it's Rust Edition or something like that. So again, the same thing, what I'm going to do is select the object selection tool. Go to here. It's probably going to highlight the door. Yes, and I don't want it to do that. So I'm going to right click on here, click on the quick selection tool. Add all this in, because this is what I want to highlight. Sometimes it does sometimes it doesn't do it properly, so I want to highlight all this stuff. So I'm trying to get everything without getting things that I don't want. So if you don't want things selected, click the negative at the top left there. And right now I'm just going to go along and take away all this stuff because I don't need half this. So now that you got something like this, what you're going to do is click on the background again. What you can do is add a gradient overlay to that. And now you got something that kind of looks like this. Depending on the thumbnail you're going for, you can do this again. You can add in thumbnails. Let's add in this. Thumbnails. Make that a little bit smaller, actually a little bit bigger. And again, instead of making it white, you could make this now black. And still add drop shadow. I think drop shadows make everything look amazing. How how. And then we'll click over here to make, just want to make that smaller. Maybe make that a little bit bigger. There we go. See, that looks much better. Okay. So do the same thing. Oh, fuck. Click the wrong one. Stroke and drop shadow. And click on here. And click on drop shadow and stroke again. So now you got something like this. How to make thumbnails. So you can do a few different thumbnail ideas. I relatively like this, but I know a lot of people like the really bright colored ones. I hope this video helped you guys, and if you guys have any other questions on how to do this, make it easier, please let me know, and I'd love to even start making these for other people, so that would be really cool. If you guys are interested, shoot me a message over on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you can reach me, shoot me a message. Again, comment down below in what you think about this video, so until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.